Alright.
Alright.
Uh,
What the fuck did we spend 3 years on? Probably something very big, right? Because obviously these two dudes look like what they're doing.
no. We don't know what we're doing.
Did they make something like a robot arm? Rocket? Drone?
We spent 3 years making a dial. The perfect dial.
It is so perfect that if you gave it to a 3-year-old, they might actually just swallow it.
No kidding.
No kidding. You might be thinking, what the fuck is a Revolute? It's not just any dial. We created a whole vertically integrated system to ensure that your spinning experience is top tier. Revolute can connect to any device that supports Bluetooth, right? So think your iPad, your iPhone, your personal computer, laptops, right? And what? Like even your Samsung smart fridge or like a microwave, a smart microwave, right? And because we developed a system that simulates keyboard, mouse, and consumer options. So for example, you can have your keyboard modifiers, you can have your, mouse keys, mouse axes, or you can have, volume controls, brightness controls, etc.
Your traditional encoders are absolute shit because you can't configure it to have a sensitivity that you want.
Oh, like on your scroll wheel, right? You have like da 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 da, right? And because, it's a physical thing in the scroll wheel, you can't change it. But now, Revolute, you can configure that shit. You want it to be 1 time or like 40 fucking times, That makes Revolute the most versatile knob to ever exist. Your imagination is the only limitation. That's fucking cringe. You basically never have this much control and knob this time. You got a lot more possibilities that you can play with that you might not even think about immediately. I mean, imagine if you could touch and feel stuff inside of your computer. Let's say if you're doing a little bit of video editing for your stupid Fortnite montage, you want to just, oh no, what if I could just like drag my timeline? With Revolute, that's exactly what you can do. Let's say if you're, doing your music, if you want to change the volume of a track, right? Hover your mouse over it, and then you can just use it exactly like how you would a volume dial. 1-to-1 on the screen.
How they design their apps, they try to make it intuitive for the user to understand how values are changing using sliders and dials. But in reality, what the user is using to control them is just a keyboard full of buttons and a mouse that doesn't really do anything.
For example, let's say you're video editing, right? And you have a volume dial. And now you want to like control it with your mouse, right? How's that going to work? Because your mouse is linear, but the dial is circular. And then if you were to like, let's say, oh, I'm going to drag left, is that supposed to decrease or increase the volume, right? And because all the apps have different implementations of these dials, you kind of have to like try both ways to figure it out, right? But using the Revolute, because Revolute is also a circular dial, you can just hover your mouse over it, and you get a very, very intuitive sense of how much you can like rotate and how much you would move in the app, because it's a 1-to-1 mapping, right? You can see very intuitively that it's gonna increase the volume by that much. Right, why do other dials suck? They are very useful, but only useful when, you know, you can bring it around with you. And if your dial is too big, no one would want to bring the dial with you, because, like, I could just press 2 keys. Why would I bring a dial with me, right? But Revolute is so small that you can just stuff it in your pocket, or, like, you know, swallow it and keep it in your stomach. And then because of that, you can bring Revolute anywhere. It's effortless. What that allows for is that you can just, like, pop Revolute onto your keyboard. It takes, like, less than a second. Think of it, right? I'm a creative ass person, and I do my photo editing in Starbucks because it drives absolute inspiration. Holy shit, the trees make me feel gay. Like, moving around is a huge part of creativity, and because of Revolute's small and compact nature, you can bring it wherever you go.
Yeah, it's just bring it around like how you bring your earbuds around.
Oh, it's just a dial. There's a bunch of other dials out there, right? Like, what's so special about it? So, like, you know, unlike the other projects where you can just go online and buy a plane kit, you know, rocket kit, get a drone kit, you know, connect the pre-made components together, we created something from the ground up. We worked on the entire, like, tech stack, basically. Circuit board, software, firmware, bunch of whole other stuff, you know, design, outer shell, inner shell, manufacturing, 3D printing, all that stuff, right?
I mean, as high school students, you might think that we do this for academics, for college admissions, or just doing this for certain rewards. But no, this project has meant a lot to us. Through the project, we've not only learned and understood the entire process of design, like a complete cycle of designing a product. We've taken part in doing so.
Not only do we do design, we also make it real.
There are no standards or criteria that we're going according to. This is just doing the best that we can, learning everything that we need for what we want to do. That's what Revolute is all about, right? Yeah.
Over the last few months, we've been able to achieve, you know, a pretty well working prototype on Revolute, and it's still a work in progress. This is what this channel's about, right? We're here to share to you guys our development journey and all the fun stuff it has to offer, right? And we hope you guys can derive some inspiration from our content to, you know, working on your own projects and see how we overcome our challenges. We hope you guys will join us on our channel. You know, we'll be posting videos every other month or year. Who knows?
Well, we'll see if we make it to your recommended section in another week, maybe.
We'll see if we'll make it alive to your recommended section in another week.
Oh no.